Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, me and you are going to be talking about ADHD survival tips. I've got some, and I have actually illustrated a few kind of like pictures, slides, and they're also going to be added up here. So what I'm going to be doing along the way is, you know, I've got some special guests and they have recorded themselves. They've given me permission to put their survival tips in this video too, and they're from all around the world, so they're not just from where I'm from. You know, it's America. Yeah, America. I don't know where else. America. You know, it might not just be, it's probably just the UK and America basically, and there are two people from the UK too, so it's basically the UK and America. So yeah, it's not all around the world really, is it? It's just the UK and America. But you know, any survival tips to help you guys get through the hardest parts of ADHD. So they are so important for this video. So let's get on to today's video. But first, if you could smash me a big thumbs up, and if you can subscribe to my channel, that'll be great. I'm trying to make my dream a reality, so every like, every subscribe really does make a difference to me. So thank you, and let's get on to the video. So I know a lot of people might think, well, you've only been diagnosed like not even 2 years yet, so how can you give me advice? The thing is, I've had ADHD forever, and I can honestly say throughout my whole life I have struggled with undiagnosed ADHD, and now that I'm diagnosed, I have some tips that I think would be super helpful for younger people, but also, you know, adults, older teenagers that are struggling with life with ADHD. I reckon my tips could really help you, and so could my ADHD friends. So let's get on to my tip number 1. Never stop believing in yourself, because you are worth it. The thing is, I've told you, I literally tell you every video, you know, you are worth it. You being you is enough. And that is honestly coming from, you know, the deepness of my heart. Because the thing is, I know how it feels to not feel good enough, to not fit in, to feel like you're just, you know, you're worthless. And the thing is, you aren't worthless. Once you start to believe in yourself, and once you start telling yourself you are worth more than being disrespected, being bullied, you will really realise that you are literally destined for great things. So please never give up on yourself. So for Molly's survival guide, tip number 2, it has to be, sometimes things will get hard, but you just need to remember you are strong enough. And that's the thing. You are strong enough. You know, look how far you have come. If you looked back maybe 6 months ago, you might have thought, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this anymore. But look where you are now. You are stronger than you believe. Honestly, you have so much willpower, determination, and you are passionate. So please keep going, because honestly, you are strong enough. You are so strong. Please keep going. So for Molly's survival guide, tip number 3, it has to be, never be ashamed of having ADHD. It's not something to be ashamed of. It never has been, and it never will be. You know, ADHD hasn't got a lot of awareness like around the complexities that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but this is what my YouTube channel is about. I'm trying to raise awareness of those. And the thing is, you know, it's so hard, but the thing with ADHD is, you know, you can either let it ruin your life, or you can literally let it run your life. And the thing is, you can't do either of those things, because once you start allowing it to win, that's when you are literally, you're just running into a brick wall. Work with your ADHD. Never be ashamed of it. Use your ADHD to your benefit. Never be ashamed to say you're struggling. You know, ADHD is hard, and you know, sometimes what you need to remember is you are worth it. So for Molly's survival guide, tip number 4, this one comes from my heart, okay? This is something that I cope with and try to deal with every single day of my life, and that is, stop comparing yourself to neurotypicals. So neurotypicals are people without any like neurological disorders, people that are normal. So the thing is, when you compare yourself to someone that doesn't have ADHD, autism, Asperger's, you know, bipolar, schizophrenia, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. It's like saying you're comparing a dog to a cat. They're two completely different things, but they're both, you know, unique and amazing in their own way. So what you have to remember is, why compare yourself to something that's you're never gonna be. You're never gonna be that person you want to be, or you think you have to be. Stop comparing yourself to neurotypicals. Like, that is the best thing. Actually, just stop comparing yourself to anyone, because you're unique. You have something that someone else doesn't have. You offer the world something in a unique way, and what you have to offer is desirable. Someone out there will love that. Someone will literally grab you and literally be so amazed by your potential, because the thing is, you have so much potential. And I'm not saying it to be like a teacher where they say it in a bad way. I'm saying it because I know deep down all of us ADHDers have this amazing talent somewhere deep within us, but we don't believe in ourselves. And what I want you guys to realise is, stop comparing yourself to other people. Who cares if you're 20 and you haven't had sex? If you're 38 and you still haven't had kids? Who cares if you haven't passed your GCSEs? Who cares if you haven't passed your driving licence, your test? Who cares? Your life is your life. It's nobody else's. It's not ran by a book. There is not a guide to tell you how or when you should live your life. Live it literally in the moment. Be proud of what you have achieved. Be proud of who you are. Don't listen, don't care, don't compare yourself to anyone. The only person you need to be worried about is you. Do not care about anybody else apart from you. You achieve what you want to achieve. You achieve it when you want to achieve it. You go for it when you feel comfortable and when you're ready. Don't ever do anything because you feel like you're falling behind or you're not as good as this other person, because the thing is, you have things that, you know, your attributes in life, what you can give to someone else. Yeah, you might think it's you know, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. But the thing is, your ADHD, your autism, your Asperger's, your bipolar makes you unique. People always want stuff that's limited edition, because the thing is, we have things that other people don't. So please stop comparing yourself to others, because you're limited edition and you are worth it. So for number 5 of Molly's survival guide tips, what I want you to know is, you should never ever apologise for having ADHD. For example, you might see in this video, I'm either talking too loud, talking too fast, moving my hands, or, you know, my eyes are darting everywhere. I'm not sorry. I can't help it. It's who I am. And the thing is, I grew up with everyone telling me, make eye contact, make eye contact, make eye contact. It made me feel so insecure about, you know, why can't I do this? Why can't I make eye contact? Because I have ADHD and I have autism. The thing is, I can't do that. I can't do it. And the thing is, I don't care, and I'm not sorry, because if you don't accept me and you don't understand who I am, then why the hell should I try and explain? So if I can't look you in the eyes, it's either because you're not making me feel comfortable, or I'm feeling very vulnerable in this situation, and I am not sorry. I can't help it. If I talk over you, yes, I'm sorry, because I know it's annoying, but I'm not sorry. I can't help it. I'm not sorry I'm doing it. I'm sorry because I know it's annoying. I'm not sorry because I'm doing it. That's the thing, like, yeah. So for Molly's survival guide tip number 6, it has to be stop caring about other people's opinions of you. They really don't matter. Like, who cares if they don't like you? No one literally likes everyone. Continue being you. So I kind of just touched up on this one, but this one is, you know, don't change for anyone. Kind of the same thing. Never feel like you have to change. In a friendship group, if someone asks you to change or you feel like you have to, get the hell out of that friendship group. If it's making you feel like you're not good enough because you are good enough, they're not good enough for you. So this is my last one, and what I want to say is, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. I actually think it's actually a sign of pure, you know, strength, because it takes strength to admit you need help. And asking for help and taking that step, that is the first step, and it's the hardest step, but it's the step you have to take. Once you accept and you admit that you need help, trust me, you are on a winning streak. If you need help, ask for it. Don't ever be ashamed, because that's not a weakness. It's not a sign of a weakness. So now you've heard my survival tips, here are some from my ADHD friends across the water. I will put a little kind of pop up who they are, where you can find them, what their Instagram tags are, and here we go. I just hope you enjoy this video.
Hi everyone, this is Patty with Sensing Greatness. The advice I have for teenagers who have ADHD is the same advice I give to my son, and that's use technology. Use the technology that you have nowadays. You guys are lucky to have it. Use that calendar function on your phone. Set alerts, set alarms, write things down. Even if it seems trivial, write it down and put an alert, put an alarm on it to help you remember to do it. Also, try to use that speech to text function on your phone to help. It's sometimes easier just to talk about it instead of worrying about writing things down. Also, do use that notepad feature in your phone to help organize some of the thoughts that are going in your head as well. Thank you. Have a great day.
So my top tip for surviving ADHD as an adult, I think the main important one is letting your vibe attract your tribe. Surround yourself with people that you don't have to explain yourself to, that understand you, and you don't have to constantly say, oh, I didn't mean that, or I don't want to go out because of this or because of that. It can be quite stressful. Your ADHD, you don't need the added pressure. I'm lucky to have friends that I can just be myself round, and they understand and they'll check in with me, but they won't put any pressure. We can also do this with family as well. If family are making you constantly explain yourself, you can just take a little break, have your boundaries in place.
Hello everyone, my name is Crystal Black and I am so on the go this week. Please forgive me for this video in my car. I am running into work. I'm here to tell you about my ADHD tips and tricks. I just learned a few months back that I actually have it and it's making a lot of sense. Really stressed lately, I'll be honest. I've been going through a lot, so I think my symptoms are even more activated and heightened because of that. Of stress, hormones. I am 36 now, so I know that plays a part, but me making a list the night before right on my nightstand, my bedside table, picking that up in the morning, taking it with me, redoing my list at work in the morning at my desk, and then checking it again in the afternoon. So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but for me, it helps me reprioritize, get everything in order, make sure, am I keeping the right priorities? Am I focused on the right stuff for work today? Am I going to accomplish exactly what I need to? Do I need to adjust and move this to tomorrow? What do I need to get done today versus what I want, which is everything. Can't do that. Can't do all that you want in one day, even though we're super positive, right? I am definitely a glass half full type of woman, and I know listening to music, even if it's just in one ear throughout the day at work or whatever I'm doing, if I need to clean at the house, music that gets me going, a podcast that I'm really interested in helps me keep those positive vibes going. It's really important to keep positive reinforcement. Even if things are going wrong, find the silver lining. Those are some of my go-to tips and tricks to keep going with this new life I have, knowing that I have ADHD. So I hope you're doing well and good luck to you.
If you're a mum with ADHD and you have a child with ADHD, there is a positive to that. You've got kind of the inside track. And I always explain to my child that mummy's like you and I feel like this and I can help you because I've helped myself. And sometimes you see such a relief on the face because they know they're not alone. And you kind of can explain in a way that someone without ADHD couldn't to them, and they understand. So you have that bond. So that can be a really positive thing because we always focus on the negative, but that is a really positive thing. My son started to open up to me a lot more since I explained things like, oh, mummy gets angry as well, and that is fine. That feeling of anger and wanting to lash out is fine. Lashing out isn't. So we'll talk more about it, and then he feels like he's got someone that understands.
Hi, I'm Louis. I'm 22 from Berkshire and I have ADHD. I have some survival tips that might just help you. They're the kinds of things that I would have wanted to know when I was growing up. The first one to start off with is probably something that I think it affected me a lot from a young age, and it was, you don't need to hide it. There are people out there who can accept you for having ADHD, and it's okay. There's thousands of people with multiple disabilities who go through life and they've learned to mask it, which can actually be quite unhealthy. The second point I'd like to make is medication. Medication is there to help you. I learned from this quite recently because I tried to stop taking medication and it affected me really badly. It messed with my head. I lost my friends. I failed my job. It wasn't good. I think the main thing is just to learn to love yourself and always be yourself. Be your own unique version of yourself, and there are people out there who can learn to love you, and they might have ADHD too. ADHD are great people to be friends with.
My name's Molly, and these are just a few brief things that I've learned and that helped me with my ADHD. So I think I'd start by saying that it's important to remember that ADHD is an invisible disorder. We know that anyway, but sometimes when we we're going through something or we're struggling with something with our ADHD, it can feel like it's really obvious and that other people, know that we're struggling, or, they may know that we need help. But I've learned that it more often than not isn't. And I'd really recommend reaching out to somebody that you trust and asking them for support if you need it. And I know that can be easier said than done, because a lot of people with ADHD struggle with feelings of shame when it comes to asking for help or about the issues themselves. You deserve, just like everybody else, not to have to suffer in silence or to get help and support when you need it. So I definitely just try and keep in mind that people can only help you if they know that you need help. The next thing would be what's helped me the most, actually, overall. And it's something that I recommend to everybody, but especially those with ADHD. I guess it's exercise, but it's mostly getting out in, what they call green spaces, getting out in nature. There's so much information out there about the benefits of green spaces for ADHD brains. I know for me personally, it really helps with a lot of that sort of emotional lability, mood fluctuations that a lot of us struggle with ADHD, and especially for my hyperactivity. So I have a lot of physical hyperactivity and mental hyperactivity, and sort of getting out in nature and I guess exercising as well. It's the only thing other than stimulants that's ever even got close to touching it, to helping me at all with that. So yeah, I'd really, really recommend that. I know that ADHD it's tough a lot of the time. It can be hard work, and we can internalize a lot of sort of negative things that it can sometimes cause, or that sometimes people may say to us. It can really affect our self-esteem. But what I'd really, really recommend is, saying to yourself every day, if you have to, yes, you have ADHD, your brain, it works in a different way than other people, but there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy, you're not stupid, and you are entirely capable.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video. It took me quite a while to edit this because obviously everyone's on a different time zone and things were coming at all different times and I was getting a bit confused. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and taken something from it. It's here to help you, and whenever you need reassurance or advice, come to this video and let me know what type of videos do you want? What advice do you need? What type of tips, topics do you want me to talk about? I find it really helpful to get feedback. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate you clicking like and subscribing. If you can do that, thank you so much. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!